Hi, everyone. My name is Sam Cardamone. I am the director in the Study Abroad office. I use he, him, his pronouns. Today, we're going to be talking about KEDGE Business School, which is located in Marseille, France. Um, I've got some slides here to share. Give me one moment while I share my screen. Here we are. So, KEDGE Business School is one of our bilateral exchange programs. What that means is we send students to KEDGE and KEDGE sends students to study at SUNY Geneseo. Um, the main benefit of that is that when a student spends a semester at KEDGE, they pay exactly their same tuition that they would pay as if they were on campus. And that means that it makes this program very affordable. We'll dig more into that when we get to the cost of things. So here we've got a map of France. You can see Marseille located down here on the Mediterranean Sea, a picturesque location. Marseille is the capital of the Bouches-du-Rhône department and Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur region. It is the country's second largest city after Paris, with a population of about 850,000 people. It's the third largest metropolitan area in France after Paris and Lyon. Marseille was the most important trading center in the region and the main commercial port of the French Empire. So it has a rich nautical history and tradition. And because of that location as a trading center, it's a uniquely cultural location with people coming and going all of the time. Now, Marseille is France's largest city on the Mediterranean coast and the largest port for commerce, freight, and cruise ships. And it's about a 7-hour drive to Paris, or about an hour and 20-minute flight or so. A really excellent location if you like warm weather and the water. Couple photos here. The one on the left is a photo from the KEDGE summer school program. This was a short course, about a 2-week to 4-week program, specifically for business students doing cross-cultural negotiations. This is something that they do every year. Unfortunately, as of just recently, SUNY has made the decision that all summer 2021 study abroad programs are suspended for the summer 21 term. However, we are very hopeful that student mobility resumes for the fall 2021 semester. On the bottom right there, you can get an idea a little bit of the what city life is like walking through the narrow city streets, a very pedestrian friendly city. Especially the Old Town area of it. This is a shot of Old Town Marseille. Lots of restaurants, cafes, and plenty of pedestrians out and about. Obviously, hopefully, this will be the scene that it will be again in the future once the world gets a better handle on the COVID-19 pandemic situation. France has had a very proactive response to COVID-19. And with numerous lockdowns to varying degrees and in various regions. And this Thursday, February 11th, 2021, we're going to be doing a information session partnering with the Health and Counseling Center. Campus Community Resource Nurse Laura Evans is going to talk along with me about specifically study abroad in the time of COVID, how to protect oneself, as well as what is the process by which Geneseo launches study abroad programs with an ongoing global pandemic. So please, if you're interested in delving in deeper into study abroad and COVID, we're going to spend about 50 minutes just talking about that. So turning back to KEDGE, it's a semester-long program. The academics there, KEDGE is an AACSB accredited business school. They are strictly straight ahead a business school. So this is most applicable to our students who are studying at the Geneseo School of Business. It's also applicable to international relations students who are doing the global political economy track. You can take a number of courses that would help advance your degree there as well. You will enroll directly in the university classes, sitting alongside native students, and enroll in courses designed for visiting international students as well. Courses can be taken in business and intercultural context, business strategy, international business, organizational behavior, and European logistics and management. There's also a whole list of other courses that are available. And if you're interested in improving your French language, you can also take French language courses there. They will require you to do a placement test to determine what is the appropriate level that you're at. And then you will be able to take it at the introductory, intermediate, or advanced level. As I mentioned, the summer program is suspended for summer 2021, but normally they have offered the operations management course as well as a cross-cultural negotiations course. At KEDGE School of Business, they are on the ECTS system. That's the European Credit Transfer System. And why is that important? Most courses there carry either 5 or 6 ECTS. And the way that we convert that credit system to the US system is to divide by 2. So if a class is 5 ECTS divided by 2, that's 2.5 US credits. But since we don't really have half credits, that gets rounded up. Standard practice is to round that up to 3 US credits. So most classes are 5 ECTS, and that translates to a 3 credit class. So a typical load there is anywhere from 25 to 30 ECTS, which would then translate back to anywhere from 12 to 15 credit hours at Geneseo. Housing, students have a number of different options with housing. There are residence halls located on the campus. The feedback from our students in the past is that for those that stayed on campus in the residence halls, they found it to be a little bit isolating because there's very few students who stay on the campus who are residences on the campus. Many of the students have preferred to live in the residences that are available in town. That means that you would have to commute to the campus. It's about a 30 to 40-minute bus ride from downtown Marseille to campus. Students actually preferred the commute so that when class day ended, they were back in the city of Marseille and they had all the accessibility of the city of Marseille at their fingertips. So in the evenings, they could go to a cafe, take a walk, do those sorts of things rather than living on the campus. But if you do prefer to live on the campus, if you'd much rather roll out of bed and walk to campus in a couple of minutes, there are residence halls, the Olotra Residence Hall and the Estudines Residence Hall. But accommodations do vary, as we mentioned, and it all depends on what you are willing to pay for. Some rooms are corridor style with shared bathrooms. Some rooms have their own bathrooms, and some rooms are part of suites with small kitchenettes and bathrooms attached. It all depends on what it is you're looking for, and each of those different amenities carries different costs associated with it. But as I mentioned, we've had students stay in both. We've had students stay on the campus residence halls, and we've had students stay in the city center residences, student residences. Those are not owned by the university, so you'll be working with a private landlord. And there has been pros and cons to both. If you're interested in learning more about that, or talking to a past student, you can certainly reach out to us. We want to help facilitate connecting past study abroad students to future study abroad students. So the semester dates follow very closely to our semester dates. You'll notice the summer suspended for 2021, but the fall, they generally arrive and begin in late August, and the fall semester goes until mid-December, and then spring starts a little bit earlier than Geneseo. They start in early January, and it extends to mid-May. Here you can also see the application deadlines. If you're interested in the fall semester, March 15th is the deadline. So if either you want to spend the fall semester there or next academic year, you must apply to Geneseo by March 15th. If you're interested in spending the spring semester there, you must apply by September 1st, which means you'd be working on your application over the summer break. How to apply? You will create an application on Horizons, that's our online application system. You will submit that along with a personal statement, judicial review, and recommendations All programs require a personal statement. The judicial review is the student, giving us permission to view your judicial record to see do you have any conduct infractions or a pattern of behavior on campus that might be concerning for travel abroad. And then we also gather 2 recommendations. Those recommendations should come from faculty members who have had you in class, who can speak to your performance as a student. Applications then are submitted, they are reviewed after the deadline hits, and that is when you are offered a place and you confirm your intention to participate with a deposit. Students often ask me, if I apply, must I participate? And the answer is no. If you apply, it's just, that's exactly all it is. It's applying. If you're offered a place and you decide I no longer want to participate, you just simply decline your offer. But if you are offered a place and you pay your deposit, you will also submit a document called the agreement and release form. That's where you're signing and saying, yes, I intend to participate in this program. That is when you're confirming your place. That is when we expect you to participate. In the event that with COVID creating a lot of uncertainty, in the event that a program is canceled, any funds that are recoverable will be refunded. That is our commitment to you, that we will refund whatever is recoverable. The difficult thing sometimes is dealing with like private landlords and things like that. Some of those transactions happen directly between the student and the housing entity abroad. So it's important that you, as the student, are reading those things carefully. In the event that the program is canceled, will anything be refundable? That is also information that we are actively trying to gather so that we know what kind of financial risk does each program pose to our students. But that's how the applying goes. And cost. This link here should take us to our program cost page. And here we are. The thing I always like to start with, though, when talking about study abroad cost is this is the financial aid office at Geneseo's website for the cost of attendance for academic year 2020-2021. Financial aid puts together a total cost of attendance for the full year. If you're an undergraduate student living in New York State, living on or off campus, they estimate that the total cost for the full year is $21,762, and that's for the full year. And if you divide that by 2, you end up with $21,762 divided by 2, about $10,881. So why do I mention that number? Because that gives us a baseline. That's what it costs to enroll in classes, have a place to live, and have food during the fall or spring semester. And so that is our baseline of comparing what does it cost to study abroad. So 10,881, this is our cost sheets, and we got all the different cost sheets here listed. We don't have the cost sheet for next year available yet, but we're going to look at 2019-2020. If you're a New York State resident and you're interested in one semester, you go down this column right here, fall semester, New York State. You would pay $780. That is going toward a $500 exchange fee. As I mentioned, when you participate on an exchange program, your tuition remains the same, but there is this one fee. But the good news is your SUNY Geneseo undergraduate comprehensive fees are removed from your bill. So the undergraduate comprehensive fees, which are about $880, are removed from your bill because you're not using the athletic facilities. You're not using the health and counseling center. So those things are removed. They're replaced by the exchange fee, which helps facilitate the study abroad, helps facilitate the exchange by staffing the study abroad office. And then the SUNY International Health and Repatriation Insurance, that is a charge to every student who participates in study abroad. This ensures that you have health insurance no matter where you go anywhere in the world. This covers you in France, but it also covers you in anywhere else that you decide to visit while you're traveling around. And obviously, with an ongoing global pandemic, having health insurance is very important. So that's about $280. So add that together with tuition. Tuition has gone up this year. It's now $35.35 as our cost of attendance will show us. 70 divided by 2, $35.35. And jumping back to our cost sheet here, each year tuition goes up about $100 to $150. So we can expect that to go up to probably $36.85 for the start of next year. But those become our fixed costs. Those are paid to Geneseo or the home SUNY campus. These other ones are the estimated costs. So every student who's spending a full semester in France will need to get a visa. This is what is called a 90-day long stay student visa. This allows you to stay for more than 90 days, but less than 180 days, which is the typical duration of a semester. And there is a fee associated with that. France has a reputation of one of the more difficult visas to get, but our office will help guide you through that process. But ultimately, the responsibility of getting a visa resides with the student, because only the person traveling has the ability to actually apply for the visa. Airfare, we estimate at $1,600. That's a high estimate. Many students have found airfare as low as round trip for $700 or $800. Often students pay about $1,200. But we use a high estimate because this is the cost. This cost sheet, this document right here, this is the document that the financial aid office uses to determine what is your eligible aid package. And so we use accurate, but I would say conservative costs. So conservative in the sense that we're estimating on the high side of things. So airfare estimated at about $1,600. Accommodation, again, this depends on the size of the room and the amenities, but most of the properties available in KEDGE are ranging from €395 to a high end at €580. This puts it right in between there and lands at about $3,100, which, if you are familiar with Geneseo residence accommodations, it's about $4,000 for one semester. So right here alone, you're saving about $900 when you choose to study abroad in France. You also must pay for the French health insurance, which, based on this old cost sheet, I think there has actually been, this will be something we'll need to update for the future one. I'm fairly certain French health insurance is now free for visitors, free for students. So this will actually probably be coming off the cost sheet for next year. That was a federal policy made at the French government level to allow visitors to be part of the French health insurance. Food, we estimate at $100 per week. There are no meal plans. You would be preparing your own food. So this is about $100 a week for groceries is the way that we estimate that. Books, many students get away with spending significantly less than this, but that we estimate at a maximum about $400 for books. And then personal expenses. This is what I refer to as fun money. You'll notice on the cost of attendance website, there is no personal expenses here. There's no transportation costs. There's no traveling, going out to dinner costs here. There's no going to the movies, going to a concert, anything like that. So that's what this is supposed to represent. It's your fun money. It's the weekend trip that you're going to take to Paris. This is also the going down to the beach on a Saturday afternoon and getting food there and things like that. This is also what students do on Friday and Saturday night money. So this is the most volatile number that exists on the cost sheet. This can be much lower for students who are very frugal, and this could be much higher for students who are spending a lot, who are traveling a lot, visiting a different city or country every weekend. This number can get very much bigger. But the important thing is focusing down here, the grand total, about $13,356. That's our best estimate that we can put together for students. But the important thing to acknowledge is to compare that to the cost of attendance on campus, which we said was about $10,800. So that difference of about about $2,500 is all that separates a semester on campus versus a semester in Marseille, France. And there are a number of scholarships that are out there, some administered by Geneseo and others that are available publicly through nationally competitive scholarships. If you are a Pell eligible student, if you receive the Pell Grant, you are eligible for the Gilman Scholarship, which awards between $3,000 to $5,000. And it's designed exactly to cover that gap that exists between studying on campus and studying abroad. If you were a student who was receiving Pell, that difference between on campus at 10,800 and studying abroad in Marseille at KEDGE Business School is about $3,000. This might be just enough, the Gilman might be just enough to help you study abroad for a semester. So that helps break down the cost. If you're an out-of-state student, you'll see that your tuition rate is higher, but all these other numbers remain exactly the same. So we're going to return to the PowerPoint. If you have questions about cost sheets, please reach out to us. You can contact us by email at studyabroad@geneseo.edu. No punctuation, just studyabroad@geneseo.edu. And then that brings us to the last page, which is just some additional resources. If you go to the simplest way, is that you actually just type into Google KEDGE Business School. That'll take you to their website, which has all kinds of information about COVID-19 and what they are doing to reduce the spread, as well as it looks like a update as of February 8th. Courses will gradually resume on campus, which that is today is February 8th. This is brand new information to me as well, which is terrific. It's great to know that KEDGE is moving in the direction they have been, for the most part, fully remote, much like many other campuses. But if you wanted to explore a little bit and you're interested, I always tell students, go to the exchange program's website, and they have information for the different campuses, academic information, they have practical information, they have accommodation information, accommodation in Marseille. They also talk about the different student associations and health and safety at KEDGE, along with a lot of other information. And if you are ready to apply, if you want to find the Geneseo Study Abroad office, 3 special words into Google, Geneseo Study Abroad, and the Study Abroad office website should be your very first hit. And if you come over here on the right-hand side, if you want to click Search Programs, that will take you to our online application system, which should bring up a listing of programs. I was logged in before, so I was looking at the program in Mexico previously. I just click back here. All programs are listed alphabetically by country. So if we scroll through these, you're going to find France, and you're going to see KEDGE Business School. Open that one up. There's a bit of information places that we were looking at before. Program dates, academics with links to different courses, courses available for exchange students, more accommodation information, and cost sheets, as well as the application deadlines, which we were talking about. Come right down here, you click here if you want to apply for the full academic year, or click here if you want to apply for the fall 2021 semester. So that takes us through all of our slides here. If you have any questions, please contact the Study Abroad office. That's my lovely dog. These are the joys of working from home. If you have any questions, please contact us. We want to work with you. We want to talk with you. We want to understand what your motivations for studying abroad are and try to identify and connect you with the right program. You can contact the Study Abroad office by emailing studyabroad@geneseo.edu. We also, actually, that's a good thing. Let's share the screen once more. We have set it up so that you can navigate directly to set up an appointment with one of our advisors. So if you go to Geneseo Study Abroad into Google, that will take you to our website. And under quick links here on the right-hand side, it says request an advising appointment. If you're a Geneseo student, making an advisement appointment using Navigate, and these steps right here, step 1 through 7, will take you right through the steps necessary to set up an appointment with one of our staff members. You go to EAB Navigate, get assistance, select Study Abroad, and you are looking for either for a general study abroad advisement, program specific. If you know you want to go to KEDGE, that's what you're gonna select program specific. Or that way, general will often connect you with one of our peer advisors. Program specific will connect you with one of our professional staff. Or if you are already accepted to go abroad, that will, you select that, and then we will get you routed to the correct person who has your program in their portfolio. And all of these are set up as virtual meetings. We're not doing in-person meetings during the spring 2021 semester, but we look forward. We look forward to the opportunity to talk with you. So thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time here today. And if you have any questions, contact us, studyabroad@geneseo.edu. Take care. Bye-bye.